with Tamela. Let's laugh and spread love. Tea with Tamela. You're more than enough. Tea with Tamela. Don't ever give up. Tea with Tamela. Come and fill your cup. Tea with Tamela.
Welcome back to Tea with Tamela, where we're spilling tea on faith, family, and everything in between. I am here with my honorary co-host, backed by popular demand, dun, 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 the one and only Demario Davis.
Well, first, let me make sure I tell you guys how much this means that I've been invited back. First of all, it was a huge moment when you asked me to come because I didn't think that you were going to ask me to be a part of the first season.
Yeah.
And I was just in the cut, like waiting and hoping, like, man, I hope she asked me. And I didn't want to be the husband to be like, let me just come up in your spot, be a part of your show, do your thing. Like I was just trying to step back like humbly. And so when you asked, it meant so much. And so I got a couple of episodes under my belt. And for everybody to be inviting me back, that means the world because I always wanted to be in this seat. And so thank you. That just, it means the world. I'm excited about this.
Well, thank you for joining us. I mean, the people loved having you on. I think I kind of, I don't know, somewhat.
You loved it?
I liked it. I don't know if I loved it, but it was good. I feel
I'll take
like,
what I can get.
Having a conversation with you is always fun. So
Okay.
Here you are, backed by popular demand. And there's just a lot just balled up inside of you. I feel like you're right now arguably one of the best linebackers in the NFL. You have a lot of other things that you're doing on and off the field. Then you have this whole family life that we have going on behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I tell them you're my husband? Do they know that? No, I think they know that.
I am Tamela's husband. I am Tamela's husband.
I love Tamela's husband because I always get, that's Demario's wife. So I love when you say you're my husband.
Yeah, I mean, that's my greatest accolade is that I get a chance to be your husband. None of the other stuff would be possible if I wasn't your husband.
Ooh,
so
okay.
That's the foundation.
I love it. So we've been gone for a minute.
We have.
We have been gone for a minute. So this is season 1.5. We're going to call it season 1.5.
Okay.
So we're going to come back in. We're going to sprinkle little things, give people some life updates, let them know what's been going on behind the scenes, some of the things they might have seen either on social or.
So this is like halftime.
This is halftime.
This is like halftime.
This is halftime. Welcome
recap. Think about season 1.
Yep.
What's happened in between, and then talk about where we're going.
Talk about where we're going.
Okay.
But like season 2 is launching soon. So we just want to, ease the people in.
Okay. Season 2 on the way, folks.
Season 2 is on the way. So it's been about 2-3 years since we recorded our last episode.
It's been 3 years.
It's been about 2 or 3 years, somewhere in there.
2 to 3 years.
Yes. There's a lot that's happened.
A lot has happened. A lot has happened, y'all. A lot. Well, I just think like family.
Yeah.
A lot has happened. We have a new kid that wasn't here.
She was not conceived.
She wasn't even conceived yet.
No.
Wow. So she's about to be 2. So we'll get a chance to talk about that.
Yep.
We have a lot that's going on with us. We're in a whole new season of life.
Completely.
A whole new season of life. We'll talk about that. We'll get a chance to talk about that.
A whole new world.
Football. We're still playing football.
Still playing football.
So 2 years ago, we'd have been in like year 11, year 12, and folks were like, okay, he's going home any minute now. And we're still playing.
You're still defeating Father Time, as they call it.
As they say, my father is the father of time. That's what I try to get people to understand. That's going on.
Yeah.
We have, oh my gosh, more opportunities off the field than who knows what to do with. You've done 2 Super Bowls since then. You've cooked at 2 Super Bowls.
I have.
2 whole Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And you turned down one.
I did because
the baby.
Yeah, I got knocked up.
You and your baby daddy.
Me and my baby daddy. He can't keep his hands off of me.
Well, look at you. I wouldn't be able to keep my hands off you.
All right, I'm gonna need to bring you back
yeah, that's
in
right.
because
We on
you
TV.
tend to go left
We
sometimes.
on TV. We on TV. Let me sip my tea. Okay, where we going with this?
Okay, so where we're going is, we're back. We've been gone for quite some time. There's a lot that's happened. So I think what I want to start with is like when you look back and just really reflect over life in the past few years, like what's like a big life event that stands out? Like there's a lot that's happened. And I feel like it's been a lot of big moments, a lot of little moments, but like top of mind, like what comes to
Top
you?
of mind, biggest life moment. Now, we've had a lot. But I think it was putting the end on being able to have kids. That happened. Can I share that?
You are welcome to share spill all the tea you want to spill. Let me know how
Are
much
you okay
tea you
with me
try to
sharing
spill.
that?
You can share whatever you want to share. This is a safe place.
Okay, listen, y'all. So we're done having kids.
We are done.
We are officially done having kids. Like,
Are you sure?
According to the doctor, we're closed for business. So
Well, after your experience, we
yes,
hope we're close.
Yes. So guys, I had a vasectomy. And I never thought I would do it. I never even put any thought to it. But I didn't want to put my wife's body through so much. She blessed us with 6 beautiful kids. So she had done all the work. I got to do something. And so it's like, okay, well, we got to shut this down because obviously, like, look at my lady. Like,
the fact that you're starting this with the biggest look back, like I had a vasectomy.
I did. This is real life.
Real life, okay.
So we've had a lot of moments. So the vasectomy ain't even the biggest probably, but it was a major moment. So everybody tells you, all the men tell you like, hey, it's nothing, just go. It's a quick procedure and, just sit at home for a couple of days and you're going to be good. I think that's the case for 95% of people. Well, I'm here to tell everybody about the 5%.
Demario, don't scare people who are really considering this.
Hey, you just need to know what's out there. I feel like if somebody would have told me with a little more serious intent, I would have treated it a little more seriously. And that's for the guys who gonna have to make this decision, that you need to take it serious. Number one, it's not just a simple procedure. It's a surgery. It is a surgery that takes about 15 to 20 minutes. And you're awake for the whole thing. Just know that going in. So it'll help get your nerves ready because they told me it was light and it wasn't light. And I'm a person that don't like needles. And I don't like anything like close to my body that's puncturing. And so that was a whole real thing. But then I went home, I got my peas, I sat on the peas. Then I went to take my son to basketball practice. And guys, it turned into a nightmare. Do you remember that day?
I do, because you thought I was trying to kill you.
Yeah. So first of all, I go to take my son to basketball practice. I get up, I look at the chair. I'm like, why does my chair look so sweaty? It was a blue chair. And I go over to the chair and it's blood. I look at my pants, blood is everywhere. So I go to my Tam was driving. So I go to the car. I'm like, Tam, we got to go to the emergency room. She's like, oh, I think you can just go. First she was like, hey, call one of your friends who's had this. And she was like, I think this might be normal. I'm like, Tam, this is not normal. She was like, just call somebody. So I called one of my guys.
Major in medicine.
I called my guys. He was like, nah, bro, that ain't supposed to happen. You need to go see somebody. So I'm like, Tam, we need to go to the emergency room. So she takes me to urgent care. And like the people like looking at me, they like, is something wrong with your back? Because I'm kind of hunched over. I'm like, no, you never on my back. And I said, I had a procedure that went wrong. I think something's wrong. And they was like, no, you got to go to the emergency room. So I go back and tell Tam we got to go to the emergency room. So we drive back to the other side of town. And at this point, I'm like, hold on. I'm losing a lot of blood. Why isn't my wife taking me to the emergency room? The night before, she had some insurance papers and she was like, I need you to sign these insurance papers. So when you go through critical moment, your mind just starts racing everything. I'm like,
You're so crazy.
This is where I'm leaving
Oh
this
my
thing.
gosh.
I'm out of here, y'all. I done signed these insurance papers. She done, this is gonna be the worst way to go out. But the only thing I can think of is my name is gonna be on the bottom of the ticker. Demario Davis bled out through his you know where. Like
Demario,
I'm just thinking this is gonna be
only
the
you would think
worst
of that.
headline ever. That's all I can think about. And so eventually I get to the hospital. We go to because we go back to the house first. And our son is in the back. He's panicking. He's like, Mom, you need to take daddy to the emergency room. She's like, I gotta go back to the house. I gotta get my breast pump. I gotta get my breast pump. And because we just had a little one.
I'm crying.
And so she's
I'm
nursing at the
crying.
time. And so she's worried about getting to the breast pump. So we pull up at the house. They pretty much throw the breast pump in the car. We drive to the emergency room. And guess what, y'all? Get to the hospital. None of the electronic equipment is working. No computers, nothing.
The hospital's under ransom.
The hospital is under ransom. Somebody has hacked the whole hospital. Can't make this stuff up.
Oh, gosh.
So I sat on the table another hour. So at this point, I've been bleeding for at least 2 hours.
Y'all, this is top of mind. This is a standout moment. This is funny.
So you get a lot of perspective in life at that time. Like what was crazy is that we were joking and laughing through it all. Like I was nervous, but we were joking and laughing through it all. She was there with me the whole time, and you know they got me back right.
They got you back.
By the
right.
time the doctor came in, y'all, I think I fainted. The doctor came in and I heard her and the doctor like talking, and he was sewing me up and he was cracking jokes.
Well, I thought your blood sugar was low, so I went to get you a Snicker bar.
She did. She went and got me some candy and stuff. And yeah, that happened. So that was a major life moment.
Major life moment.
That has happened in between the time that we left.
Yeah. I mean,
I could have been gone, y'all. That would have been a horrible way to go.
I feel like your life flashed before your eyes several times that day. So you're like, I could have not been here for season 1.5, y'all.
But the grace of God, y'all.
But I'm back.
I'm here. I'm here.
Back.
Can't hold me down.
That's crazy. That is so crazy. But that was a fun day.
That wasn't a fun day, but
I
we
mean,
can look back on
it wasn't a fun day, but there were fun moments that happened. I feel like a lot of laughs. Poor you, but yeah. I mean, it was sweet.
Y'all. So when I got out of the car to go into the emergency room, like y'all know I'm walking with like a waddle because I'm trying to keep, I don't know what's going on down there. I'm kind of squeamish when it comes to blood, so I don't want to look and see what's going on. Like, why is there this much blood? So I'm waddling to the door. So she drops me off at the emergency room. Like I'm waddling up to the door, but the door is like, because we don't know that the electric sensors aren't working. So the double doors don't slide open. And I see the nurses in there. And I'm like, can y'all come to me? And they like, no, go to the other. And like, they want me to go to the other door. And I look and it's like a football field length, the other double doors all the way down the other end. And I'm like going down like, no, I can't do it. And the nurses look at me again. They're like, no, go. I'm like, yo, so I'm finna have to go all the way down to the other door. So I turn around like, well, I just hop in the car. I turn around, my wife is gone, y'all. She has drove off and I do not, the parking lot is almost like empty, but I don't see her car. I'm like, where did she go? Where did she go? She just dropped me off. Like, what about her just like bled out right here? She's gone.
I'm so sorry.
And
I came back for you.
You came back for me.
I always come back for you.
I always do.
I always come back for you.
Shout out to you because you do. You always do.
I always come back for you.
That's my dog.
Yes. Well,
but yeah, that's true. So I had to waddle down all the way down, and then there was no one at the front desk. So all the staff were like huddled in like one room. So I walked all the way down to the double doors, and then I had to walk all the way back up just to talk to the people. And then they were just kind of looking at me. And I guess they couldn't see the blood because it was probably mostly on the backside. So they didn't panic. And then I'm like telling them what's going on. They're like, oh yeah, they gave me a clipboard. Yeah, just fill this out. And then one of the people saw me, they were like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you were bleeding like this. You come with us. They got me a wheelchair and rushed me to the back, and all of a sudden it turned into an emergency.
No, the funny part was like, hey, you know Drew? You know Drew Brees? Tell me about Drew Brees.
We get in the room, and one of the nurses that's coming in to check in on me, she's like, you play for the Saints? Guess what? I met Drew Brees. let me tell you about, let me see my phone if I can show you when I met him. I'm like, yo, I have a medical emergency and you were here telling me about your fan moment. Shout out to Drew Brees. You make the people happy.
We love
But
Drew,
that was
Brandon.
not the time for this person to tell me about their experience.
I
But that
love
happened.
It happened.
That
But you're
happened.
here. We're so grateful that you did not bleed out. We're so grateful that I'm free because I did not try to kill you like you thought. And then we can sit here.
If I would have died, you probably wouldn't even got caught. That would have been like the
You are so
ultimate-
crazy.
You, we watch Lifetime together. We watch crazy shows, y'all. Like we watch a lot of the like crime shows.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I'm thinking like, dang, this is like a perfect getaway. Like
This is not, you are,
it would have been like nobody would have saw that. It would have just been like, oh, that was just bizarre.
yeah, bizarre. Tread lightly, Mr. Davis.
We getting dark. We're going dark. One of our sons is like this. Like anytime we only have one son, but one of our 6 kids, he always does dark humor. Well, he went through a phase where all his
it
jokes
was
were
always
like,
dark.
we were like Christmas time, like talent show. And he had like a Halloween
Oh gosh.
scary
It's
story.
like, this is not
and
for
everybody-
Christmas.
And we had like all our guests and we was like, nah, bro. But he went through that phase and now he's out of it.
Yeah. So I guess when I think about, a major moment for me, I feel like it was just so many that I can't really like pinpoint one. But I think there was a lot of self-discovery that's taken place over the past couple of years.
Speak on. We love to hear this stuff.
Well, I think, coming into this space of like doing life with you, there was so much happening at a rapid rate where I just kind of went into savior mode where it was just like, how do I throw on my cape and really just salvage every moment, every person, seize every opportunity, whatever role, responsibility that's laid at my feet, like how do I master it? And so we started having kids relatively quick, and then there was all of the moving and team swaps and, one kid after the other, off the field things that we do, a lot of business ventures. And so there was a lot of, I think, losing me that came in with, putting on that cape. And so I feel like the past couple of years, there's been like this new wave of self-discovery where just getting the opportunity to be vulnerable with myself, growing, being able to see what has shaped me, what have my lived experiences prior to success were, and how they've shaped how I kind of execute being in this space. So getting to know me has been fun. It's been exhausting. I feel like a lot of tears, a lot of therapy, all the things. But when I look back on just, 38 years of life, it's all a blessing, obviously. But it's like I know me better than I knew me previously. And so I feel like that's been really, really big.
Yeah, I love that. I love that for you. And I can see that. I see this season of life where you're getting a lot of that me back is amazing because a lot has gone into for us to be where we are today. Most people don't know the behind the scenes of the grind. They see like the glitz and the glamour, but they don't see like the operation board,
Right.
and what it takes to operate. And I think I was able to have such a great career, meaning at year 14, I could walk away at any point and be very comfortable with, what I've been able to accomplish in the game. But it was because you kind of gave me a place to be like, hey, you focus on football, I'll focus on everything else. I'll hold down the house, I'll hold down the kids, I'll worry about the family. I just need you to go ahead and focus on taking care of all of these things that you need to do on the field. Yeah. And that was a sacrifice. And because I went all in on that, I think it left you in a space of having to manage and hold it up. And I think neither one of us would have known what that cost would look like.
Yeah.
To say, hey, you go focus on that and I got this. Because I think probably in the last 2 or 3 years the same, I've kind of been more balanced because I'm like, okay, at some point we're gonna have to transition out of this thing. So it's like I can't just be all football. I have to be more present at home and
Yeah.
helping juggle some of these things. So coming back, and then it's like, as you're stepping out, it's like, because you have, I think it was at one of the Super Bowls where I'm like, oh, people think I'm a star. They have not seen anything yet with you, because
Oh my goodness.
you at Super Bowl, oh my gosh, I'm like, oh, she is a celebrity. Like,
I prefer being behind the scenes.
I know you prefer being behind the scenes, but when you up cooking next to Carla Hall and she shouting you out, and like, they like, you got to come back, and then they give you like prime real estate at the Taste of NFL in New Orleans. It's like, oh no, you a star. And so like, I'm like, okay, well, I have to do less so that I can make room for her to do her thing the same way that you did for me. It's like we're switching roles. And so in that transition, as I'm coming back in, I'm seeing all the stuff that you've been juggling all the years. Like, I'm seeing the dynamic with managing external family. I'm seeing the dynamics of balancing friends that come in and out of town. I'm seeing the dynamics of having to be at home with the kids and juggling all of their different schedules. And they're getting older now.
My gosh,
and
our
so
oldest is 12.
extracurricular comes into it. And so dealing with that, and just all the different things that are like having to be held up. Managing the finances for all of these different things, where it's foundation over here, it's family over here, it's the football life over here, and living in 2 different homes. And so it's like, that's a lot. That's a lot of juggling.
It's a lot of
And so it's like looking at the person that's spinning the plates and juggling at the same time and got something on their foot. And it's like, you do it with so much grace that most people would not know, like, the demand that's on it. And because you're making it look easy, and it's like, oh, this is what she's been juggling for a decade.
For over a decade now.
Yeah.
You see it.
Yeah. I see you, but that's the part is like, as you're discovering you, the world is getting a chance to see you, but I saw you the whole time. And for me, I think you can sometimes take it for granted because it's up on you and you're seeing it every day. And it's not that you're trying to take a person for granted. It's just that you see them in their amazingness every day. And so it's like, all of those things are hard.
Yes.
But for you, you have the ability to make them look easy, right? It's just like being in a game and, going to, Myles Garrett gets 4 sacks in a game. That's hard. Nobody can get 4 sacks. But for Myles Garrett, he can do it. He makes it look easy, and somebody could say the same about any player. Steph Curry making, 8 threes in a 3-point game, in a basketball game. Like, that's hard to do.
I don't know enough about sports to.
But I'm giving sports analogies for our sports fans out there. Like, you think that they make it look easy. And so what you end up doing is taking that player for granted.
That's true.
Until you don't have them no more, Look what happened shout out to the Patriots, they back up, but look what happened when Tom Brady walked out of the building. You take them for granted because you got them, and then they gone. And that's, I think, you being so good at what you do, I think it's easy to look at it and be like, oh yeah, she got that. But like stepping in, it's like, oh, this is what she's having to do to do it. And so I like this discovering you and understanding your strengths because you have so many. But I like the same time that the world is getting a chance to experience you the way that
you're so sweet.
Our crew have for so many years.
You're so sweet.
We're gonna share it with y'all for a little bit.
For a little bit. Then I gotta go back inside.
She'll go back inside on her own volition.
Then I gotta go back inside.
Why is that? Why do you like behind the scenes versus being out when you have such?
Because I'm a visionary. I love being, I'm a control freak, I guess. And then I like creating systems and structure and consistency and routine. I just feel like a lot of that's done behind the scenes. And then you just, plug and go. But then when you're out front, you got to be on.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. You gotta be like Mickey Mouse. Except you don't have no head to hide them. Which
Yeah.
means your head, your face, everything gotta be together. So maybe if I was Mickey Mouse, I'd be out in a suit. Like
If
on
you had a
Times
suit-
Square.
if
Times
you had a
Square
suit-
Mickey Mouse.
Oh my God. Don't be the Times Square Mickey Mouse.
Times Square Mickey Mouse. Okay, so let's think back to like when we were last here. Like, what would you tell like that version of yourself, like being where you are now and knowing so much more? Because I
Ooh.
feel like because so much time has gone by, like there have been a lot of growth opportunities that's taken place. And so when you reflect back on, 2-3 years ago where you were and all the wisdom and growth that's happened, like looking back at you sitting in that chair on that mic, like what would you say?
Oh, that's a great question. Man, first I would kind of set the stage with, I thought I was wise then. I thought I knew so much about life then.
Okay.
I mean, you're on a podcast and you giving life advice, so you think you know some things, but I think life just has a way of showing you that you don't know much at all. And so what I would say from this seat to that seat is slow down, be patient, and really trust God. So the faith element for me has always been there. I think it just constantly gets sharper. What I would say is I don't know how much I was really trusting God at that. It's like, I know God is real and I know he's there, but how much am I really trusting him if I'm out trying to make all these things happen?
Yeah.
So like the Bible says, many are the plans of man, but only the purpose of the Lord prevails. Like, and God has plans for you. So God already has a blueprint for your life. It's a roadmap. It's already orchestrated. It's not like, oh, you know what? It's 2026. This is what I'm going to do for Demario this year. Or this is what I'm going to do for Tamela this year. He already got it mapped out. But what we do is we try to go make it happen. So we have all these things that we have in our mind and in our heart. And we just like, we try to hustle and grind and force. And I'm a hustler, I'm a grinder. Like I came out of survival. Just being an only child, and like, I feel like nobody was believing in me. I'm like, I'm going to make this dream happen. And so that kind of triggered something in me. And that's how I've always lived life. But if you really trust God, you're not pressing to make things happen. You're like, it's not that you're being lazy and not being intentional and like having goals, but you're not trying to force the door open. You're not just kind of banging your head on the wall until it happens.
Yeah.
And I think that type of ambition, that type of drive, and that type of like, man, I know God has this for me. Yeah, he does, but it could be 30 years away. It could be 40 years away.
Yes.
And if you trust that God has it, you'll wait. He was like, it's coming. I can't tell you when, and so like, I think that like it has to happen now mentality was just always on me. And I do feel like there's a significant calling on our life and our family, but it's like, and you just look at all the stuff that we've done to date, it's pretty significant, but I feel like there's more. But when is that more? I don't know. But I think 3 years ago, I wasn't willing to wait for it to happen. Like I was trying to make it happen. And like now it's like, oh, it'll happen. It'll happen in the way it's supposed to be. It might be me up at the plate. It might be you up at the plate. It might be our kids up at the plate. I don't know. But but God has it, and it'll happen in his season. So it's a lot more calm and patient. And I think when you move like that, you get a chance to see so much more. Like I'll wait. I'll be in a room. And it's like, it ain't got to happen today. I'll just sit here and observe and wait till God. I know God's moving. And what that does is allow me to watch all the people in the room.
Yeah.
And get discerning, and just, take in and reflect and learn. And so I spent a lot more time in my journals. I spent a lot more time in meditation. I spent a lot more time with intentional prayer. Whereas I used to try to go to the word and get these specific answers. Now I just kind of live in a way that's just more in relationship with God and just saying, God, I know you have big things, but those things will take place in your timing because you are a big God. So everything you do is big. So even the moments that I'm just sitting with you is a big moment if I'm taking in what it is that you're trying to teach me. So if I was talking to that person, it'd just be like, slow down, Listen to God, trust God, and wait.
Wow. That's really, really profound. And I think it takes a lot of growth to be able to identify those things, to be able to really look at your life and reflect on what it was, to really be able to see where you are now and to give yourself those hard truths, to be able to then formulate a new plan with how you want to execute. It's so easy, I think, at times when, especially when you're a dreamer and you're a visionary and you see all these things that God kind of has in store for you, and you want to go and make those things happen. And so we get in a place where we start to try to help God.
That's good.
And it's like, well, he doesn't need our help performing the miracles or providing the things that he said he was going to.
Yeah.
And so then we start to move and we become the God of our own lives, where we're like, oh, like I'm doing this for God. And it's like, yeah, but you've become the God that you're doing it for.
Yeah.
And so I think anytime when you can really look at that and say, wow, like, God, I was getting in your way, or God, I was trying to perform my own miracles in your name, or, I'm trying to grow and I'm growing not the right way. Like I'm growing my way versus your way.
Yeah.
And that happens for a lot of us.
Yeah.
And it takes true surrendering, I think, to even be able to be convicted of that, to then be able to say, like, what's the new formula that I need to put in place? What's the new way that I need to really execute life, but more importantly, execute my faith with not being religious, with sitting everything at his feet, with allowing him to do the work, to allow him to perform and provide the miracles, and to know that sometimes being still is enough, because I think we're wanting to move and shake and we want to do, and we get in his way where we're either missing what he's trying to bring in, or we're creating things that's gonna prolong what could have been right around the corner. Just because we're out of alignment.
That's good. I mean, that's why it took the Israelites 40 years, which should have took them 13 days to get from,
it's a big
to
difference
go
in
through
time.
the wilderness to get to the promised land, because of what you just said. We're delaying what could have been right around the corner because we don't want to surrender. And I think another thing that I kind of got was you do this well. But I think I probably struggled at this, was realizing that no matter who you are, you're not exempt from life. Like, life is hard.
It is very hard.
You're not exempt.
What make people think they're exempt though? Because I think
it's a lot that can lead to the pride that make you think that you're exempt.
Okay.
Or it won't touch you. So it's just like, life is hard. People are struggling. It's like, yeah, I'm not exempt. I got faith. I'm good. Or I got money. I'm good. Or I got my family over here. We're all set. We're good. Like, so it's like the way that it's affecting them, it won't affect me.
Yeah.
And so you just think that you're exempt. So it's like, no. And I think at one time, maybe because of my faith or because of where I had gotten in achieving my dreams, it probably wasn't conscious, but in my subconscious, like, I had got to a place where it's like, I'm exempt. Yeah. It's like, nope. And when life started hitting you, you're like, oh.
Oh, that can happen to me too?
That happened to me too.
But I think we all have those moments of specific things that we think we're exempt from. Because like, even if I reflect back, like, there are so many things that I thought that didn't apply to me or wouldn't happen to me or I wouldn't experience, just because I'm like, okay, God, I'm doing this right. I'm doing this right. I'm making sure that I'm intentional about this, that, and the other. And it's like, the very thing that you feel like you're exempt from, or the very thing that you don't want to happen to you, sometimes it comes knocking at your door. It kicks the door right in, and just like a bad burglary, robbery, or something, like, just kick the door in and come rambush everything. And because I think we operate so heavily from a faith component, it's hard to like sit in it, just because for me specifically, it's like, okay, God, like this was not supposed to happen this way because of X, Y, and Z. And so when I look back on, those years, I have really had to journey the very things that I felt like I was exempt from, for one reason or the other. And it's been challenging, but I think there's still victory on the other side. Some of it, obviously you work through, you overcome, and some of it lingers for quite some time. And I think a lot of times we believe that once we're able to identify it, then we just do the work and it disappears. And not understand like pruning takes time. And like healing takes time. Like there are so many things where it takes time to be able to get on the other side of it. But
I like what you said about pruning takes time, because man, it just hit me like, man, when pruning happens, like certain branches got to be cut. And it's like,
painful.
Man, some of them branches you like.
Yes,
like
obviously
you don't want to let go of them branches, but they dead or they're not bearing fruit.
Yeah.
So you got to cut them.
Yeah.
And I think even before I get to that, I think what happens is, or has happened to me in this season, is you learn how much grace you actually need. And you got to be able to, give yourself that grace. But the only way you're really going to be able to give yourself that grace is to realize that God gave you grace. He forgave you.
Yeah.
Like it's easier for you to accept God's forgiveness than it is to forgive yourself.
Yeah. And it's easier, I think, to receive it than it is to give to other people.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And when you really understand how much he forgave you, you understand it's okay to not be exempt. Because the things that you don't want to happen to you in life, or that you think you're exempt from, is almost like you put that over in like a shame bucket.
Right.
Like as long as I don't fall to that level, I'm good. Like, or, well, I ain't did it that bad, because you've put that in a shame bucket. You've associated a certain level of guilt or a certain level of shame with that. So you try to keep yourself distant from it.
Right.
Because you see that in some form or fashion is unforgivable. Well, when you think you're exempt from it until it happens, and now you're in that bucket. Now you have to associate yourself with that level of shame, that level of guilt, and now you're just devastated. Now you're crushed.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to realize, is that we're all in that mess. All of that. Nobody's exempt from the mess of the world in God's eyes.
Nobody.
That's why he came. And that's what he's like, do you know who I am? Do you see? I love Brandon Lake. Everybody go get his new album. He got some songs in there. But one of his songs talks about, like, do you not see these saving scars in my hand when I'm reaching for you? That's why I died. That's why I died. So that I can pull you out of all of that.
Right.
So when you understand God like that, you don't see the shame as this thing that I want to stay away from. You see God as this great God that can pull me out of anything that I'm in. And now it becomes much easier. I got a lot of shame I can put before you. Let me give you it all. And
but
now,
it's levels. It takes time to get through each level or each layer.
Oh, break that down. Break that down. This is your lane right here. Go through the levels and the time. That's good.
The levels on the time of which part?
Of going through the layers of.
Well, I think some things are just so layered or so deep. And so it's hard to just lay it all out. It's like you got to get to one thing, which may take you back to another thing. And then you got to get rid of that thing, which then brings you forward. And so there's a lot of back and forth because it's so deep.
Yeah.
And in order to like uproot it all, like it takes time. And it's like, as you talked about, the branch is root by root at that point.
Yeah.
And so I remember at one of our houses, we were getting a tree cut down. And the people were out there and the tree was gone, the stump was gone. But then they were out there like another 5 hours. I'm like, what are those people doing out there just like digging in the yard. And then fast forward, I was talking to a mentor and we were talking about this house she used to live in. And she was like, we had cut this tree down at the house that we used to live in. And I rode by there the other day. That tree is back up. And I was like, wait, what? And so then it took me back to the day that they were cutting the tree down at our house. And I was like, oh, they didn't get the roots. And so the roots are so deep that if you don't go in and pull them all out, there's an opportunity for things to regrow.
Oh, that's so good.
And so in life, as we're navigating certain things, as we're bringing all this stuff to the surface, if we don't go back the layers deep and understand that there are so many different layers and levels to it,
that's so
and
good.
like uproot all of those things,
That's so good.
then we're kind of doing like surface level work.
Yeah.
And at some point, some of those things come back and you're not doing true heal and true recovery. And so I think that's the importance of like going as deep as you can go, as wide as you can go, to uproot all the things in your life, in all the different areas of your life, in order to make sure you. Boy,
You just
you're
preached
so-
in this
you're
thing.
so right.
Y'all see why season 2 is gonna be so good? Do y'all see? Oh my gosh, no! But that's what you do well. I need you to know because honey, I see you. You do that so well that most people will miss that.
Well, thank you.
But you're
I'll
a
try my
person.
best.
You're a person that when you go and attack something in your life, you go to the root and get it out. And what you just shared is what somebody like me would normally miss, is that sometimes you think something is gone. You think you've dealt with it. And then 5 or 10 years later, it comes back. And you're like, what is going on? You didn't get the root of it. And so you just wanted to get rid of the feeling. So like you may have been associated with some level of guilt or shame, and you just want to get where you don't have that feeling no more. And so you deal with it to get rid of the feeling. Now because you're not feeling it no more, you think it's gone. You don't have that same temptation, or you don't have that same urge, or you don't have that same, recurring thing in your mind, but you didn't deal with the root of it. You didn't deal with all the other relationships that were connected to it. You didn't deal with the strings and the branches of thoughts that were connected to it.
Right.
And that's what I think that you do, because once you get rid of it, it's gone. And I don't know
But it
if
takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of vulnerability with self.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that people have to learn is how do you be true and vulnerable with you before you can ever be that with anybody else. And sometimes we lie to ourselves, which then gives us the ability to be comfortable lying to other people about what we're really navigating in life.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if I can be real with me of like, this is hard, or I don't really want to do that, or this happened to me, and whatever the thing is, then it's like it gives you an opportunity to really go back and to really think about what happened. How did it make me feel? When was the first time I ever felt that feeling? Why do I feel that? How does that go into how I really respond to something that's similar, that's reoccurring? So there's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But that's why it's like Jesus and therapy is also good.
Jesus plus therapy.
Jesus plus therapy, because it really helps. So I think we should think about and bring this back to the people, how that has shaped how we do family now versus how we did family then, and go deeper on some of the growth opportunities that are there, some that are still pending. And I think it would be very beneficial for a ton of people.
I like it. I'm here for it.
Okay, so we're in the middle of football season, getting ready to, I guess we're, almost ready to wrap up the season. A few games out. And one thing I just want to ask, if we think back on when we were rookies in the NFL, what is a piece of advice that someone gave us that we still lean on today?
Oh, I think when we were rookies, there was so much valuable information, and some of it that we applied and some of it that we left out there. I think one of the biggest things was don't buy a house until you know where you want to live when you're done playing. Like, don't just buy a house in the city that you're playing. And that has saved us a lot. And now we know where we're going to live. So
now we know.
But we did that 10 years in.
10 years in.
10 years in. And so I think that was very valuable information. But I think it's even more information that we didn't apply. Like, I think as far as rookies, it should be 2 years, cut off everybody.
You're crazy.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. But I want to throw that out there because we are getting ready to close out this episode. However, in the next episode, we allow people to send in a ton of questions. And so as we prepare for that one, there's nothing off the table.
Ask anything. We're here to answer.
Ask anything, we're here to answer.
Yeah, I feel like we're pretty transparent people.
All right.
So shoot y'all questions.
Well, thank you for joining me today on another episode of, what's this?
Tea with Tamela.
Yeah, the kids like to sing that too.
Yeah, we love that jingle. We got to keep that. That's a classic.
Thank you guys for joining us today. We will be back with Q&A from all of our fans, family, and friends. Love you guys.
Tea with Tamela. Let's laugh and spread love. Tea with Tamela. You're more than enough. Tea with Tamela. Don't ever give up. Tea with Tamela. Come and fill your cup. Tea with Tamela.